Good, you're here! The old book we found at Sulima Mansion was the key to my father's cipher. His ledger revealed directions to his greatest treasure. It won't bring him back, but if we find it, Abar's Landing will no longer have a hold on me. I don't know. I don't think so. I've enjoyed my time with the Thieves Guild, even Velsa. And Lady Sulima is a stepmother I never knew. I wouldn't have figured out the cipher without her help. We deciphered the ledger together. I'd call out a number, she'd find the letter in the book. It was fun. She's so lonely, cooped up in her mansion. She only has mercenaries to keep her company. I know exactly where it is. Here, I'll mark your map. We've been in this together since all this madness began. I can't imagine recovering my inheritance without you at my side. Meet you there when you're ready, partner. Wait, did you hear that? I recognize them from Sulima Mansion. Why are they digging?
I need healing!
Those were Lady Sulima's mercenaries. What were they doing here?
Gwen, you weren't supposed to be here.
Lady Sulima?
This is all wrong. They weren't supposed to hurt anyone.
Wait! Get back here!
Please, I never meant to harm anyone. The mercenaries who protect my home, they overheard Gwen and I speak of treasure. I promised them a share, and the rest I planned to give to Gwen. You must believe me. It was the only way to provide their salary. The Iron Wheel never set foot in my home, yet everything of value has gone to keeping them at bay. None of my fortune remains. It is no excuse. I told myself, Seralda would want you to have a small portion of his treasure, but he already gave me years of his life that he could not provide to Gwen. I was foolish. Please, forgive me.
You said I was the daughter you never had. Well, you're a liar. You'll get nothing from me but contempt.
Please, I won't be safe in my own home. What am I to do?
I don't care. It's your life and I will have no part in it. My father died protecting her from the Iron Wheel, and she tried to steal my inheritance? Oh, I feel seasick. I don't know. I think I'll stay in Abar's Landing for now. It's where my friends are. I'm glad you're a part of this. The choice wasn't easy, but it feels like we made the right one. I don't know. Perhaps I'll open the strongbox at my rooftop retreat. Somewhere comfortable and beautiful. You're welcome to stop by and see for yourself.
It took some time, but I finally figured out the best way to teach Anais a lesson. I promise this will make perfect sense to you shortly, my friend. Trust me, stay calm a moment longer, and all will become clear. My associate has returned with the reply from your mansion. Would you like to hear it?
Ransom? Is that your plan? My steward is under strict orders not to negotiate with kidnappers.
He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, "That's preposterous. She's not worth half that much."
That old goat! With me out of the way, he's probably hoping to take over the business. Have you contacted my mother?
She's in Rothgar this time of year, isn't she? Discussing trade agreements. We don't have time to reach out to her.
Untie me and we can forget all about this, Walks. For old time's sake? Are you listening to me?
Thanks for your patience with all of that. I hope I sounded convincing. Anais needs to see the errors of her ways. People aren't property. They aren't supposed to be sold and traded, and they certainly shouldn't be turned into slaves. There was no request for a ransom. I made that all up to scare her. No one even knows she's missing yet, and I'd like to keep it that way. Take these letters. I don't want her family's agents to come looking for her yet, so I forged them to explain her absence. Just plant them in the Velmont mansion, and that will give me all the time I need. Time for Anais to consider her situation, to see if being trapped and powerless changes her outlook on keeping pets and slaves. When she's learned her lesson, I'll set her free. Meet me at the Thieves' Den after you plant the letters. Glad you decided to join me. These pirates are definitely of the unfriendly persuasion. I tracked Anais to that building behind us, but the lock on the door has thwarted all of my attempts to pick it. One of these pirates must have a key. Maybe you'll have better luck finding it than I did. This pirate crew seems to be somewhat lax when it comes to following the rules of the sea. I suppose any one of them could be carrying a key to that door. In cases such as these, you just have to keep breaking eggs until you find a yolk. Be my guest. I'm worse than Quen with those things. If you can get past the lock, I'll follow you in and we'll deal with whatever we happen to find. Anais, I'm so glad we found you. And all in one piece, too.
No thanks to you. You left me tied up on the docks. What did you think was going to happen? I demand you escort me home. Immediately.
Right. Of course. I just need a moment to confer with my associate.
Of course you do. Just let me know when you're ready to get me out of here. These pirates have no appreciation of soap and water.
On the one hand, I'm grateful that Anais doesn't appear any worse for the wear. On the other hand, I hope to see some evidence by now that she'd learned her lesson. Yes, rescue her. Yes, I never wanted to become a slave merchant. But if we set her free, won't she just continue with her awful ways? I hate to admit it, but I'm at a loss as to how to proceed. Yes, I suppose I should. But does that mean I abandon my goal to teach Anais a lesson? How would I live with myself if she continues to treat people as things? I could set her free, but what's the profit in that? What does that matter? Should I determine my actions based on the inclinations of a slave-keeping, self-centered aristocrat? What should I do? I just want to return to the den, put this awful business behind us. I'll let you out of here, Anais. I just hope this helps you realize the difference between people and property. I escorted Anais out of the pirate lair and back to her mansion, where she's safe and sound, and no doubt planning how to flay me alive at the first opportunity. Of course, just as you suggested. And the forged letters worked perfectly. Pimsey's days of slavery are over. His new life starts today.
Back in there. I can't go back in there. I don't care about the reward or the city. I just can't go back in there. I saw those horrors, and it's even worse than the priest said. Hugh's Bane is doomed! Doomed! Grim! It's worse than that. It's catastrophic. Prince Hugh buried his secret shame in there, but now he's trying to get out and destroy us all. His mad uncle, Magnifico Baraha, the necromancer, damn his eyes. This is all his fault. The priest told me how Prince Hugh locked his uncle and the necromancers inside the royal tomb. But pirates recently broke in and damaged the seal that kept the cultists from leaving. I was supposed to fix things, but I'm no match for those horrors. According to the priest, if the Great Seal fails, the necromancers will be free to wander the countryside. And if that happens, we'll all be in big trouble. Here, take Spirit Catcher. The priest said it could recharge the Great Seal. The necromancers are using the life energy of the pirates to weaken the seal. But you can use the amulet to catch the unleashed spirits and direct their energy to repair it. Not too many. The priest said when the amulet absorbed enough energy, you could use it to recharge the Great Seal at the tomb's far end. Me? I only got as far as the tomb's first chamber before I had to flee for my life. Confident, huh? Well, I'll be long gone just in case you don't succeed. But if you do wind up resealing the tomb, you should find Sabila over in Abba's Landing. I'm sure she'd like to get that amulet back, and you can have the reward she promised.
Life energy for the taking. Arise and defend your master.
I can feel the fractures sealing. You did it, didn't you? The tomb is once more secure? Excellent. I just hope no other pirate crews are stupid enough to try to loot the old tomb. I'm glad to have Spirit Catcher back, but I won't see you leave empty-handed. Take this as a token of my gratitude for what you have done.
You hear about the wedding? Magnifica Falora, the one with the missing dowry. Kosh found it, returned it, and now she's agreed to marry him for the future of Tanith or some drivel. Zira thinks our old guildmaster is behind this. She wants Nicholas to pay for betraying us. So do I. Last I saw Zira, she was pacing about in the den, going to put a furrow in the floor if she isn't careful. You sound like Thrag, going on about the whims of nobles. Go ahead, ask him and feel your head start to spin. My head's spinning right now, different reasons.
There you are. You heard about the wedding? This is our chance to repay Nicholas for selling out the Thieves Guild. Nicholas must have planned all this, stealing the dowry, using it as leverage on Falora. Now she's bound to marry Kosh, his puppet. So we're going to crash the wedding. If Magnifica Falora learns exactly who she's about to marry, she'll turn the iron wheel on Kosh. And if we threaten Kosh's future, Nicholas will scuttle into the open. I look forward to stepping on him. Silverclaw said he'd help with invitations. Meet him at his shop, down by the harbor. I haven't decided. But whatever happens, you deserve to be there.
Oh, hello. Zira sent word I should expect you. Every important merchant in Abba's landing received a wedding invitation. Every single one. But not Silverclaw. Lord Walavir, for one. That paranoid cheat lounges about the market as though he owns every tile on the walls. Or that lush Lady Balina. She won't even attend. Just use it as an excuse to buy another dress from Perseus Log. She's sweet on him, you know. I dislike them equally. Lord Walavir would keep it in his pocket. Were you subtle enough, you could take it from him. Lady Balina would certainly leave it upon her bedroom dresser. Slip past her mentioned servants and house guards to retrieve it. Good, good. When you do, meet me at your thieves' den. I may have experience in duplicating official documents. For my records, you see.
How can we expect a decent forgery? I can barely read your writing.
That is intentional. I write defensively. It keeps prying eyes from deciphering my ledger.
Velsa, for the third time, I hear your concerns.
And ignore them at your peril.
Well, I'm in. A wedding at Ubalajad Palace? Just imagine the spread.
Did you get the invitation? Whose did you acquire? No, don't tell me. I want to see it with my own eyes. Let me see here. And guest! Oh, this is good! The invitation allows for a single companion! Once you select your guest, you should visit the Diamond Thimble. If you aren't clothed in one of Perseus Locke's outfits, you'll stand out like a sore claw. You don't have to dress up. You get to dress up. But your companion will need to acquire an outfit as well, so go on. I'll be over here. The invitation will be ready in no time at all.
Have I mentioned how much I enjoy a good wedding? Even a bad one can be fun. Perhaps. Why do you ask? Of course I am. Dancing, drinking, tossing bottles at those who don't do enough of either. Magnifica Flora may frown on that local tradition. I'll try to read the crowd.
A pleasure, Lady Belina. I always enjoy dressing you up.
Then you should come by my mansion later to collect your payment. Have I mentioned my husband is away?
3 times, in fact. My assistant will bring you the bill.
Come see for yourself.
Ah, my unlikely savior returns. Zira sent word of your stylistic needs. Well, any of the selections you see here should fit. I have an eye for these things. Please note, the outfit shall be on loan. I humbly ask you return it with the exact same number of holes as when it left my establishment. Oh, that's like asking a parent to pick their favorite child. Each is special in its own way. Delicate fabrics and exhilarating patterns breathe life into whoever dons them. I don't mean to oversell it, but you shall feel born anew. Oh, go with what speaks to you. The first choice is always the best one. Not after the merchant lords caught wind. It's good to be the preeminent tailor of Abba's Landing. Chief Inspector Ron Beek himself sent a personal apology. Something about excess zeal on the part of his underling. Oh, that horrid place of darkness. Magnifica Flora tried to lead me through, but I panicked and fled. It was sheer luck that I didn't fall to my death. And if she hadn't given me that trinket, we wouldn't be speaking today. Yes, it had a crystal holding a small amount of her blood. I mentioned it to your old guildmaster when he asked about the particulars of Aldenobia tomb. It's strange. I seem to have misplaced it. I haven't seen it in months. Why do you ask? Remarkable. As though the outfit chose you.
Hard to miss you in that. My. You don't exactly clean up, but you look absolutely roguish. I'll need my own outfit for the wedding. Something with a covered face. Not exactly. If Nicholas is working with Kosh, he may have given my description to the guards. I'll need your help to get inside. When you gain entrance to the palace, distract whoever watches the gates from within. I'll do the rest. Good. Here's the wedding invitation, straight from the desk of Silverclaw. After you meet your date at Hubalajad Palace, present this to the gateman. I'll watch for your distraction.
Thought you could outclass my outfit. Well, you came close. I can smell the food from here. If they have a pie tent, I may abandon you. Fair warning. I await the many compliments about the fine styling. Not my underclothes. They have fins to help me swim faster. The best part? You have no idea if I'm joking.
Look at you. Such impeccable fashion belongs on the other side of this gate. Though I am a fool to request it, might I have your invitation? Yes. Everything in order as expected. Refreshments shall be served until the wedding begins. And might I compliment your impeccable timing? We were just about to lock the gates. Don't want any riffraff finding their way inside. A wise suggestion of Chief Inspector Ron Beek. He's to officiate the ceremony, did you know? But of course you did. Please, come in. Tonight your safety is guaranteed by the Iron Wheel and house guards alike.
I wonder what they're serving for dinner. I could tie silk handkerchiefs together and fashion a rope, but I only brought 12. Not enough for walls this high. Perhaps you can outwit the doorman. Failing that, cause a distraction to draw him from his post.
lost? Wedding's in the other direction. What do you mean? You were the last through the gate? As long as I'm standing here, no one else is getting in. I'll need an explanation. And if I'm not satisfied, you can join Magnifica Valor on the other side of the gate. Huh. I heard rumors about Tanith intrigue, but having to do that on her own wedding day, I almost feel sorry for her. I need to check on one of the guests. Don't want to see anyone when I get back, if you follow my meaning. Make it quick.
Good work. Come, we should speak somewhere private. Perfect timing. I can't exactly climb the palace walls in this outfit. Before the wedding, the groom should be presented to his guests, an old Tanith tradition. Wherever Kosh is, Nicholas won't be far behind. We'll need to keep an eye on him, avoid drawing attention to ourselves. Everyone seems to be gathering closer to the palace. You lead the way. I'll watch for Nicholas. This is a nice change of scenery from the den. First time I've been inside Hubalajad Palace. This place is a bit of a fortress. Let's hurry. I want to get a good look at Kosh, see for myself what kind of spineless marionette would dance for Nicholas.
Do we have time to stop for food? No, it's all right. I can wait.
Everyone, I require your attention.
This is it. Stay close. Let's see if Nicholas makes an appearance.
It is an honor and privilege to introduce our host for the evening. May I present the impending husband of Magnifica Valora, Lord Kosh.
Welcome to my home. I must thank all of you for joining me on this momentous occasion.
That's Nicholas.
Please, eat and drink your fill. Soon, I shall speak to you not as a humble merchant, but as a noble of Tanith.
Nicholas is Kosh?
Well, he's better dressed than I remember.
Damn it. I should have put it together. Nicholas played us. He played everyone. There was never any Kosh to begin with. I don't know how Nicholas reinvented himself as a reclusive merchant lord, but he managed to do so. He could have been planning this for years. Bastard. We need to stop the wedding. Actually, we need Valora to do so. I think this can still work. Let's split up, learn where she is and how we can reach her. I need to come up with a very convincing argument.
After seeing Zira's outfit, I'm still the best dressed among us.
There's gristle in the camel milk, she says. Of course there's gristle. Who wants milk you can't chew? No job is worth this. The resplendent Magnifica Valora shan't require your attendance. Bah! Magnifica Valora's handmaid. Everything about her smells like roses, if you get me. Fusses over the bride like a doting aunt. She says the milk's from Magnifica Valora, but I know she drinks it herself. Some wine mixed in could loosen her up and cover up my spittle. She's not my patron. If you help me, I'll tell you whatever you want. The Somerset Hills 572 is subtle enough, but there's a group of fops who always hoard the bottles. Take one when they're distracted, or they're sure to cause a scene, which neither of us wants.
You know what's best with a good
Everyone
red?
forgets about
the
the
Nords
staff,
call it
yet they
mammoth
often have the most
cheese.
access to the palace
It's strong
grounds.
yet unrefined.
Take those servers.
Much like the Nords.
I bet they have keys on them.
I've decided this year, no more silk outfits. Only silver weave is good enough to clothe.
I need another drink like I need a head in the hole.
Get me that bottle, and I'll tell you whatever you care to know about Magnifica Flora. Wonderful. Magnifica Flora's handmaid shall soon have her own bowl of milk wine, entirely free of gristle. Master Kosh installed her in his own bedchamber. It's upstairs, you can't miss it. Don't let the iron wheels see you. They're all through the palace like beetles on honey cake.
The palace is crawling with Iron Wheel. Lead the way. We'll follow from the shadows. Who are you? How did you get in here? Magnifica Flora, we came to warn you. Kosh is not the man he seems.
He's a merchant lord of Abba's Landing. That's one step above the scum they scrape from ship hulls. Is there any other grand revelation before I call the guards?
Advice is free. Good advice is worth its weight in, say, your dowry. You'll want to hear what we have to say.
People say this is not how I imagined my wedding to be. They tell amusing stories of what went wrong, trying to outdo each other's tales. Calling the guards on wedding crashers isn't one I've heard. Why shouldn't it be the story I tell? The Thieves Guild stole my dowry. In doing so, they upset my standing in Tenneth. But far worse, they desecrated the remains of my ancestor Denobia. When they couldn't remove the jeweled crown from her head, they separated it from her body. The merchant lords of Abba's Landing are exceptionally crooked. They buy from pirates who raid Tenneth waters and bandits who raid Tenneth roads. But plundering ancestral tombs? That is too far, even for them. Kosh, head of the Thieves Guild? You say he betrayed his own people to steal a dowry for some mad plot to marry a noble of Tenneth? If you are bards sent by my cousin, your imaginations are sorely lacking. Why not say Kosh rode a dragon? With what time? My escort arrives soon to begin the wedding. I have accepted my fate, as you must accept yours. Unless you can produce the skull of Denobia herself, you can tell your fanciful stories to the Iron Wheel. I have indulged this madness for long enough.
Magnifica Flora, are you almost ready? The guests are assembling within the palace.
Magnifica Flora is indisposed. She'll be ready in just a moment.
Do you intend to keep me here? Look around. There's nowhere to go.
Does anyone else feel a draft in this windowless enclosed room? Must be a hidden passage. Did that cabinet just click?
Well, well. The portion of the dowry Nicholas decided not... And this must be Denobia's crown. Nicholas, you've doomed yourself. I knew Nicholas kept trophies from his heists. I used to smooth it over with the guild. One of his eccentricities, I'd say. Becoming Kosh hasn't altered his compulsion. He desecrated Denobia's remains, cut off her head. Now, we return the favor. I'll show Flora what Nicholas really is. She wants Denobia's crown as proof. I'll give it to her, along with her ancestor's skull. Once I have her attention, she'll listen. Find your way to the wedding crowd. Once Nicholas is revealed as a fraud, escort your date from the palace. I'll see you at the den soon enough. You're in charge until my return. Magnifica Flora, there's something you need to see.
This doesn't feel right. Where is Zira?
Today, Lord Kosh of Abba's Landing joins with Magnifica Flora, the jewel of Tanneth. it is my honor, as a duly appointed officer of the Iron Wheel, to officiate their union.
Stop! There is no honor in this union.
Guards!
Zira, you're alive? That is... What is the meaning of this?
More importantly, why do you have the desecrated remains of my ancestor?
The Iron Wheel is behind us. If we're going to leave, we should do it now.
There must be some mistake.
Chief Inspector Ronbeek, take everyone into custody. I want this mess sorted.
It's too late for Zira. Let's go. It's what she wanted.
Iron Wheel! Secure all exits! None shall leave the palace grounds!
Let's split up. I'll meet you at the den. The others need to hear what happened. I informed the others about the wedding. We shouldn't blame ourselves for what happened. Zira told us to leave. We all understand that. Yes, Zira's capture was an unfortunate turn of events. But Nicholas is the Iron Wheel's prisoner as well. A small reason to celebrate. Magnifica Flora has her dowry, and Nicholas is behind bars. The Iron Wheel won't be here much longer. We'll have a chance at freeing Zira in the chaos of their departure, whenever that is. But that's more your call, isn't it? Zira said you were in charge until she returned to the den. That makes you the acting guildmaster. Boss. Just so we're clear, an acting guildmaster has no real power. But it makes you sound important, so we may as well call you that. Also, you get the blame if anything goes wrong. You know how it is. For now, nothing. Until we learn where they've taken her, there is little we can do. But we will learn. I'm certain of that.